Hello and welcome to PlayStation Racer. My name is Mitchell Morgan and today I am answering a question that was put to me by somebody on my channel. It was from Lester Coombs, who says, could you show me how to use a Ghost? I'm 67 and frankly I need help. Haha. Currently a D racer. Well, the first thing to say, Lester, is there's no need to worry about age. We are all learning all the way through our lives. I've been learning at all ages and I'm continuing to learn at my age. And I'm producing this video to try and help just about everybody that is working with Gran Turismo. Now, I should say that I'm going to tackle two things in this video. One is using a fast racers replay to help you to learn a track. And then we'll dive into your question about using the Ghost. So let's go into the sport mode first of all. And then we will go into the daily races. And I'm going to use a Dragon Trail Gardens because that's the track that I've been running all week. And you get the option to select from garage or rent a car. So I'm just going to select from garage and it's just going to be the McLaren that I'm going to use. Now, rather than entering your current car or going to the qualifying time or changing the car, I'm going to come across to qualifying time ranking. In here, you can see all of the times that have been set by your friends, but more importantly, you can see the global ranking. Now you can see in here that a number of these racers have got little video icons to the right of their entry. So the top three have all got videos. These two don't. So there's no point in looking at those because they haven't shared their replay. I usually come down to a replay for a car similar to the one that I'm going to run. So I'm running the McLaren at the moment. So I've been using Chris G all week and I've actually stuck with Chris all week. Now you can view their profile and you can also view their page if you really want to and just see how much experience they've got, etc. I don't tend to normally do that. I just go straight into play replay. That is going to load up their replay, and in here we can go into the replay itself and play it. And then once we're in there, press the 0 button and we come across to the replay options and change the display all option. When we come out of there, you'll now see, if I do the O again, that we've got the braking, the acceleration, the gears, and you can see exactly where they're turning. Now there's lots of different views. The fan view, as I call it, this one doesn't really help you very much. You've got the information at the bottom, but you can't see the attitude of the car and where it's braking, etc. The cockpit view is okay, but I still find that fairly restrictive unless you're running maybe in VR or you happen to like that particular view. The views that I use mostly are the dash cam option, the one with the dials, or the bonnet cam, depending on which option I am preferring to race. And I use these two because you can see exactly where the curves and the lines are falling on the bonnet for each of the corners. You've also got the follow cam, which is really useful because now you can see exactly how the corners are being cut, and you've still got the ability to see where they're braking, where they're accelerating, and the gears that they're using. And of course you can always pause and rewind the video to have a look and see exactly when they start braking as to your preferred reference point on the screen. And also when they start turning in, you can pause it again and see where your reference point is. And I tend to run through the replay 2 or 3 times on a Monday before we actually start racing. You just get the single lap for them. So if we just come out of there, so once we've got the race under our belt, well, not the race, but the track, and we know how we're actually going to run it, when we then come into the daily race, I'm going to come into the daily races now. We're going to pick up daily race B, select from garage. Now we can enter with your car, or we can go into qualifying time trial. Now if we go into qualifying time trial and click OK, we're then presented yet again with that ranking board. Now it looks exactly the same. We've got our friends ranking and we've got the global ranking. You can still see the video icons. You've still got all the same people. But this time, when we go into our chosen racer, we now get to view the profile or load the ghost. So this is very different. The first time when you first go into this module and you click on the rankings, you can view their run. Now, because we're actually into the qualifying mode, we can load their ghost. So I'm just going to load that ghost. Then I'll come out of there and I'm going to go into settings. Under settings, you've got the ghost settings. Now we can load the ghost, which I always have as open. You can display your own best ghost, which I normally have as off, because what I don't want to do is to follow my poor lines, the mistakes that I did, etc, etc. What I want to do is I want to show the loaded ghost where you've got the better racer with the better time that you're following. So I have my personal best off and I have the loaded ghost on. Then for the ghost settings, you can reset the ghost position. Now I have this set to on. That means that if you were lucky enough to overtake the ghost, it will reset it at the end of each sector and bring it just in front of you. Likewise, if the ghost has got too far away and you can't see the brake lights and the lines that he's taking clearly, then you can set it so it brings it back to you for the next sector. And you're going to see that in operation in a moment. Finally, you've got the ghost offset. Press X to open up the slider and then left and right on the arrows to make your preference anywhere between 0 and 2. 2, anything above 1, so between 1 and 2, I tend to find that the ghost car is too far away. I can't see the lines, I can't see the brake lights, etc. Obviously, if you get it set to 0, it's going to be right on top of you, so it's not going to do you any good at all, and 1 is much the same. So I tend to find that 2 and 3 is about right for me. Once we've got all that set, we can then go into start, and we can start the race. Now you'll notice that we don't have the ghost car. That is because the ghost car, gone a bit deep there, is not going to display until we have crossed the start-finish line. So we need to continue down here on this track, different for all of them, but it's always when you go over the start-finish line. As soon as we do that, we get the ghost car. Now what I'm going to try and do is just to stay with this ghost car as much as I can. It's going to be very difficult while I'm talking, but I'm not going to worry about that because I do want this ghost car to get away from me a little bit. But you can see here that I'm trying to stay with him. So you see that I've lost a bit of time through there. My lines aren't the same as him. I've got a bit of a slide on the exit. So you can see exactly where I need to adjust my lines to try and stay with that car. There you just saw it reset. So it's getting away from us. Now it's got close up again. Now we can see the brake lights. Whereas if it was getting too far away, we wouldn't have been able to. Now we want to try and stay with him if we can, again, all the way through this lap. Now, obviously you can't see the gears that he's using, etc. So that's where the replay that we looked at just a moment ago comes into play. You've got to remember the gears that they're using. This is all really about the lines. So reset again. And then normally I'm fairly quick through here. I'm talking, so it's not going to be as good, but you can see that I'm not too far away from him this time. Normally I'm right tucked up behind him through there. So then you can see that the sectors where you need to work harder, where you can be faster, maybe different lines to take, and then also where you are actually quicker, and hopefully you'll find you are quicker than them at some places. That would be great if you can. And as we come down to finish this lap, you're going to find, because we're at the end of sector 3, that the ghost is going to reset and then we can go again. And you can just do this, rinse and repeat, just keep going and going and going and just working on trying to stay as close to that ghost car as you can. It's going to help you with the curbs, it's going to help you with turn-ins, everything. And every time you do this, you're just looking to try and stay within that little bit more, little bit more, little bit more. And this is why I find that this ghost car is absolutely invaluable when you are learning a new track for the daily race. And especially if you're an average or a beginner, average racer or a beginner like I am. You can see there that the different line that he took. I need to slow down a little bit into this corner because I'm overshooting it a little bit. Still going too wide there. I need to get across to the right. You can see straight away all of the areas where you need to work harder. Again, this isn't very good because I'm talking while I'm racing rather than concentrating. You really want to do this when you are full in concentration mode, not tired and willing to learn. Anyway, that is this video. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you found it useful. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're new around here, please hit that subscriber button. It really helps the channel and I'll appreciate it enormously. And if you're one of my current subscribers, back for more, thank you ever so much for your continued support. It is greatly appreciated. Right, now I'm off to try and get a little bit of practice in for the race C that I'm going to be doing on tonight's live stream. So I will bid you farewell and I look forward to seeing you in another video very soon. For now, take care. Bye bye.